Hi guys, welcome back. You already saw the thumbnail, so you know that I just did some training with Gun Girls Atlanta and I got banned from the range. So if you want to see clips from that session and also hear about how I got banned from the range, stay tuned. All right, so first things first, my videographer, AKA my daughter, couldn't be with me on this trip. So I hired a photographer and videographer. So his information will be down below. So please feel free to reach out to him. It was a pleasure to work with him and he was very helpful, very detail oriented, and his pictures were amazing. Okay, so let's get to the video. That's what you came here to see anyway.
All right.
You gonna smile?
Pull it, they get snagged, and I'm going to forget to shoot yourself. You put your arm.
All right, so how I got kicked out of the range. So the backstory is Gun Girls Atlanta and I have been planning doing this training session for about 2.5, maybe 3 months. So I figured the best time to do it would be when I came down to Georgia to visit family for the Thanksgiving weekend. So if you've seen some of her videos, we were going to shoot at the outdoor range that you normally see them at. And literally, I think 3 to 4 days before the event, that location kind of fell through due to the owner having some medical issues. So at the last minute, they tossed out their indoor range they go to, and they set it all up. So I sent out information to all the women that were training with us so that they can know the new location and, we can keep everything moving. So we get to the range. I get there a little bit early to try to say, hey, we have a reservation. We have this lane booked, blah, 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 blah. And immediate pushback. So, long story short, that gets worked out after about an hour and a half, about a half an hour, 45 minutes. That gets worked out. We get access to the range. Then they come with, hey, you can't teach. And we were like, So I asked them, okay, I know these people personally. There's no exchange of funds, so we're not conducting business. I'm just teaching my friends. And nope, you can't teach. So then I said, okay, well, we all came here together. Can we all hang up the same targets? And I tell them what to shoot on each target. They said, yeah. So we get to the range and they start to do their little, what's the best way to call it? Their test to see if you can shoot on their range, which is, you know what? I'll teach you how to pass that little test that they do as well. Since I'm already in trouble with them for teaching, we might as well just go overboard. But you have to pass their tests to, qualify to use a range. If not, you have to sit through, I think, a 30-minute class and pay some money for this class or whatnot. So that's how, they drive revenue for their business. So everyone took the test, everyone passed the test. We go through and I'm just going over basics, how your sights work, pull the trigger nice and slow, blah, blah, blah. They come tap me on the shoulder, say, hey, you can't be doing that. I was like, okay. So we go through, we shoot. I'm in my lane with Gun Girls, and I'm telling her what to do, saying, hey, 2 on this target, 3 on this target, and doing the same thing to the group of women next to me. And then they come back, pull me out of there, and say, hey, you can't do that. I was like, I thought you said I could, at least tell them what target to put up and how many rounds to put on what. So my dumb behind, I would normally curse, but we're on YouTube. My dumb behind had on my instructor shirt. So I guess I got this big billboard on my back saying this dude is teaching. So, and you can see in the video, so then I put on my coat to try to just cover it up. And they came and got me another time and said, hey, you can't do that. I was like, okay, so now I'm leaning on the stuff like it's a drug deal. Like, hey, yeah, do this, do that. Okay, move over, doing like, drug deals like or whatnot. So not moving. Now, the funny thing is, my other instructor, she was all on it. She was yelling like, hey, do this, hey, do that, blah, 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 moving from lane to lane. No problem. They did not care about her giving the instructions. So the class was saved because she was able to instruct more than I could at the time. But it was just funny. They just had it out for me. So the session went fine. The ladies learned a lot. Everybody left with a smile on their face. We did miss a couple of drills that I wanted to do, you know, but just because I'm trying to be sneaky and not get in trouble for shooting. So everything's kosher. We wrap up the session, we leave, and luckily my Airbnb was literally across the street. So I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna do this video with Gun Girls, so let me go get some wine and I can sit there and relax while we do this video. So as I walk to the package stores, they're called in Georgia, I stopped by the range, take a look at what they have in the store, you know, and see some of the instructors that were there, some of the range personnel, and I just say, hey, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, it's okay, cool, you were good, don't worry about it, everything was fine, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. So I go do the interview, go back the next day because I had already told people, hey, you know, we can come here. It's right near my Airbnb. So now I'm literally with family. So I'm teaching my cousin. He just bought a firearm. My younger cousin, she just bought a firearm. So they just kind of wanted to go to the range with someone that knew what they were doing and that can just kind of walk them through everything. So that's what I was there doing. So they couldn't pass the test. So they wanted to have us wait an hour for the next class to start. Luckily, I was able to get a one-off class, you know, so we can go through the motion. Well, not go through the motion, but knock the class out so we didn't have to wait an additional hour and then shoot, because as soon as I was done teaching my cousins, I was going to drive back up to Virginia, you know, which is about a 10, 11 hour drive. So we go through, do the class, teach, everything goes fine. Then as I'm sweeping up brass, you know, trying to be a good customer, as I'm sweeping up brass, the guy comes in, taps me on the shoulder like, hey, you're done. You're banned. You can't come here anymore. Leave right now. So I leave. He tells me I can't come here. He's like, you're not allowed to teach, blah, 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 blah. And he says, you can never come back here again. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. How much do I owe you? So I pay the tab and I leave. So that's how I got banned from the range. If you know where Gun Girls Atlanta shoots at, you know the name of the range. I won't put them on blast. So since I'm already banned, if you're at that range, I will show you how to pass their little test since I'm already in trouble with them anyway. All right. So it's very basic. It's how to safely load and unload a firearm. So we have a magazine with dummy rounds. So we have 3 dummy rounds, empty mag. There's no live ammunition in here. And I will be using the firearm that Gun Girls Atlanta showed on her, I want to say her short that she was playing with. So this is my custom Glock. The only other stuff I'll probably get done to it, I'll probably get some stipple work done to it, maybe paint, but I'm not 100% sure on the paint. All right. So what they want to make sure you do is follow the 4 firearm safety rules. If you've seen some of our previous videos, we go through the 4 firearm safety rules. Always treat every weapon as if it's loaded. Never point your weapon at anything you're not willing to destroy. Keep your finger straight off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Know what's in front of your target and beyond. All right. So those are the 4 safety rules. I'll list them right here. So basically, they should hand you a firearm with it open. If not, they hand it to you closed. Just make sure you pick up the firearm with your dominant hand, finger straight off the trigger along the frame of the firearm. All right. Now on semi-automatics, what I want you to do is just basically make an X, push and pull. All right. So push and pull just like that. Now, once you do that, you're going to lift up on this lever here and that will lock the firearm to the rear. All right, now that the slide is locked to the rear, what you're going to do is you're going to visually and physically inspect the chamber. So you're going to look in there, if you can see it visually, there's nothing in there. Then you're going to make sure there's no magazine inserted. So now this is a clear firearm. Next, they're going to give you a magazine with some dummy rounds. So good way to remember it, just in case you mess up and you're flushed or whatever. So you see this flat side of the magazine. So this flat side. All right. You see on your dummy round or on your ammunition, when you get it, it also has a flat side. So what I always tell my students is flat side to flat side. So I just want to make sure the flat sides are facing the same way. So I will push the round in. Make sure you don't go too far back because there's a metal lip here that'll stop you from getting it in. So just go slightly forward to that metal lip, push the round in slightly with your thumb. It's there, push it back. All right, now that you have the first round in, apply pressure to the back of the casing and then enter your next round in there. And then we'll do it again and there. All right, so now we have a magazine that's with dummy rounds in it. So now you're going to take your magazine, and what I like to do is put my index finger or pointer finger right next to the tip of the round. All right. So now when I have my firearm, the magazine is here. So remember, while you're doing this, point it in a safe direction. So for the demonstration of this video, a safe direction is pointed directly at the camera. There's no one behind it. It's on a tripod. So I will take my finger here, like I said, index pointer finger near the front of the round, and then I will just insert it here and then push forward. Now that magazine is seated. You heard a click. If you wanted to, you can tug on it. My daughter likes to slap it. Now, while the magazine is in, now what you want to do is take the meaty portion of your hand, grab the top of your slide, still pointing keeping the firearm pointing in the safe direction. So you're just going to pull back and release it. All right. Don't pull back and ride it forward. You'll have a malfunction. So just pull back, release it. The firearm will take care of itself. Now I have a loaded firearm. Okay. So that's half of the step. So now what they would like for you to do is they would like for you to unload. So we're going to do it differently than we loaded it. So you're always going to remove the source of ammunition. So you're going to press this button here on this firearm, which is a Glock Gen 5. I'm sorry, no, this is a Glock Gen 3. So you'll press this button here and it'll release the mag. Mag falls down. If it hits the ground, let it go. You'll pick it up later. All right. Now we still have a round in the chamber. So what you want to do is do the same X motion, but to keep the firearm, let's say, pointing in a safe direction, what you might have to do is turn your body if you can't lock the slide to the rear. So you can turn your body this way, do the X motion while keeping the firearm in a safe direction. But if you're able to just do it this way, just pull back. The round fell down. It is right here. It fell down. So we'll do that again for you. So, all right, so we're loaded. So we're going to remove the source of ammunition. Then we're going to eject a round. That one just fell on the ground as well. So once it's on the ground, leave it be. What you want to do is make sure the firearm is clear, and then you can pick up those loose rounds. So I'm going to check the breech or ejection port cover. Then I'm going to look down the mag well, and I have a clear firearm. So I'll show you here. And all right. So then what else I like to do, which is an extra step, I'll just send the slide forward and I'll just rack it a couple of times. So if there's anything in there, I've racked it a couple of times, whatever's in there should have came out. Then I will lock the slide to the rear, check one more time, and hand it to the person, and I will sit it on the counter, and then you pass their test. All right. So with that said, now that I helped you pass their safety test or whatever they call it, I just saved you a few dollars and about 30 minutes. So I need you to do me a favor now, since I helped you out. The range is actually a pretty good range. In that story I just told you, I was a bad guy. I was not following the rules, and I was trying to basically be a Marine and accomplish my mission. I had this mission, and I was going to make sure that everybody I said I would help them, but that's not on them. That is on me. So, but with that said, it is actually a pretty good range. So those 30 minutes I just saved you from having to take their class, go walk around their pro shop. They have some really good deals. They have the the Voltec Life Pod that I like. You've seen them a couple of videos already. They have those. They have the larger one and the smaller one. They have a couple of at-home safes. They have Next Belt, which is similar to the belt that I wear, Core. Those are pretty good. They have decent holsters. They have really a really good price on firearms. They also have ammunition at a reasonable price. So take that 30 minutes that I just saved you, go around their pro shop, shop a little bit, tell them Tactical Trash Panda sent you and I'm sorry. Then go to the range, do your shooting. When you come back out, one more favor, go and sign up for one of their classes. I was able to speak to several of the instructors, and they are actually very good instructors. I have no issues with them at all. And I've actually learned a few things just by overhearing them talk that I'm going to add to my training. So go see what kind of classes they have, get some one-on-one instruction with them and keep it moving, and just tell them I said hi. And I even told my dad to go. The range is actually close to him. So I think he went last weekend or he's going this weekend. So go. It's a pretty good place. Enjoy yourself. Just don't get in trouble like I did. So there's not going to be a word today. We're going to do some housekeeping notes. So for those of you that have followed me before, I do apologize for the delay. Part of it was Thanksgiving. Then the other part, I was waiting for Gun Girls Atlanta to release their video so that I can release this companion video with it. But also, I'm going to, starting this week, I am going to be doing bi-weekly. So there'll be a video this week. There will not be a video next Friday. Okay, so what that will allow me to do, that will allow me to hopefully make better quality videos, because now the way the schedule's working, I try to do the shooting on Saturday, Sunday, do this talking head portion of the video Monday, and then I try to edit the video Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in between work and teaching, and then get the video out to you. So hopefully having that extra week, I can get more B-roll for you. I can get more time on the range. I can do a little bit better editing, hopefully, and then get everything out to you. So that's going to be the new content schedule. And also, please like, share, and subscribe. And we just released a newsletter that is also going to be bi-weekly. So it's a newsletter for the 2A community. It covers tons of stuff, and each newsletter is unique to the individual. So the way it works is, if you click on article X and not article Y, it'll start to give you more article X. So basically every couple of days, I'll go through and curate some articles that I find interesting and upload them to my newsletter. And basically my newsletter, pick a couple that it thinks you might like and send them to you. If there's something you don't like, don't click on it. It'll start to learn what you like and send you relevant content for you. So it takes about 2 or 3 emails, and it kind of hones in what you like. So if you like only unboxing videos, it'll probably show you only unboxing videos. If you only like to read tweets or stuff from CNN or Fox, it'll start filtering that stuff to you as well. So it's just kind of articles that I came across that I thought you might like, or things that you might have missed. So that newsletter also be bi-weekly. So what'll end up happening is I'll release a video. The following week, you will receive a newsletter, and the following week you'll receive a video, and so on and so on and so on. So if that interests you, please subscribe to the newsletter. The link for that will be below as well. And that's also where you'll be able to find out what's happening next, such as giveaways and things of that nature, and also training events as they come. So I don't want to use a newsletter to spam. I have those guys where it's like every day I get something like, oh, do this, and do this. Take my training course. They'll tell you 2 or 3 bits of information. Then it's trying to push a product to you. that is not the goal. The goal is actually just provide information. I might say, hey, I have this coming up in the future. Look out for it. If you want to do it, cool. If not, it's not going to be a sales email. The goal is to provide you with quality information. All right. So thank you. And like always, train hard, train smart. I'll see you guys on the next video.